Hello everyone, this is Jebro. This is going to be one of the first videos I'm going to do on some changes for some of the classes, in particular the warrior, because it had a lot of changes added to the rifle to improve its usability, potentially in PvE or in PvP or whatever you're doing, World v World maybe, and maybe you might want to start using it. You can decide, of course, after you've watched this video or played it yourself. It's up to you. So let's start off with Fierce Shot. So Fierce Shot hasn't really had a change, to be fair. You can see the bonus adrenaline there is 1. You can see still physical projectile, 20%, the range still 1200 as well. Obviously the damage is according to what your stats. So the stats, I've got no traits equipped, I've got nothing which is going to help my abilities or my weapon be any more damage, and the Rune of Earth isn't going to apply any extra damage either. So it's just a Berserker's Amulet there, you can see, with 1200 power, precision and ferocity being 900. So let's go back over to the second ability, and that's going to be Aimed Shot. So Aimed Shot had a change. It got added to it 5 stacks of vulnerability. So you can see there the 5 stacks added. No range or anything else included in that. But look, now we will be able to apply 5 stacks of vulnerability as well as the cripple that was there before. So 5 seconds of cripple, that's not changed. Of course, that is negative 50% movement speed. So you can see there, doing a nice amount of damage there is the first ability, and we'll see adding the 5 stacks there of vulnerability as well as the cripple. We are going to go over the third skill is going to be Volley, of course. Now, Volley don't think we actually had many changes for this. We got the combo finisher, but of course we have the pierce now. Okay, so now Volley, like I said, has a pierce as well, so that's added onto the combo finisher, the range obviously, and the damage from before, the 5 times, so your volley of attacks. But now, like the Mesmer sword, great sword, and also obviously the Necro as well, when the projectiles fire through, you get this pierce from Volley. So if I've targeted this target here, the second target, and I've got another target in my way, no longer will it just hit this target, but it will go through that target and hit the second one. So that's a pretty nice addition. Add some extra damage as well, of course. So that's good stuff. I mean, I think that's pretty good. If you got your targets lined up or you're firing into a fight, you're able to pierce through that body and hit the second one. So let's just show you that once again. Pretty nice. So that's good. So it's adding some extra viability for that and giving you some extra damage onto other targets if you can line that up pretty well. Next, we're going to go over to Brutal Shot. So shoot your foe, then evade backwards. This did not give an evade before. It gave you the vulnerability, it gave you the damage, but of course this has got a 3/4 of a second evade now, which is pretty damn awesome. You can see there the damage as well, and we're just going to show you this ability. So as per usual, let's have a look at the range of this, 1.1200, but of course you could just use it as an evade. As simple as that, really. I mean, it's pretty good, So what happens if you're close up, or if you want to do, there's a big attack incoming, you don't have to use your dodge. It's just got that extra mobility to it, It's pretty nice. I'm pretty happy about that. And then you can put yourself backwards, you can start to kite around if you want. It's quite a good, it gives you some distance, which is great for the rifle, so you can get off more attacks. They can't get into close combat, especially if you're against something which is really a melee range as well. Get out of some AoE cleave that's coming down, or get yourself out of some of the more complicated abilities in PvP or PvE, perhaps in raiding or dungeon content or anything in the world. So it's pretty good to have that evade. It's kind of some mobility maybe that the rifle was really missing, as well as giving you a nice immobilize there. So let's just have a look. 8 stacks of vulnerability, mobilize, so they can't follow you as well. That's really, really good. That's for 1.5 seconds, so you can really create some distance there. So it's a nice combination. So imagine that you have rifle but up, and then you have Brutal Shot. We knock him over to almost where the waypoint is there, actually. And so you can create a lot of room. So for example, at the moment I've got Kill Shot up. Let's knock the target back, get a you know, and your target's still going to be over by the waypoint. This is just the golem because it's in range, and then obviously, you know, you can queue that up with something quite nice, like of course your kill shot. But you know, most people will be able to get out of that. It's just an example I'm using, but you can be able to create a lot of distance from yourself, range quite far away, and also kite your opponent quite well as well. So let's have a quick look at kill shot here, see if we've got any bigger changes. Not a massive amount of changes there either, but it does and has been added is a pierce. So again, the same as before. If we build up some adrenaline here, so we have our adrenaline bar built up completely. We now have a pierce on the kill shot. We are focusing on that second target there. We don't even need to, we can just focus on that target there, and we can kill shot. Boom, goes through both targets. So that's again another great thing that's been added to the rifle, really, in my opinion. You got the extra damage that comes with the kill shot as well. So you know, even if you don't get that main target and there's someone sitting behind him, you're going to be able to go. You're going to be able to get that extra damage, which really is going to be quite nice. So that's really about it for the warrior, to be honest. I mean, it's got some nice little changes there. You've got a nice immobilize there, and obviously you've got the nice evade which comes with that. You've got the pierce coming from Volley and also from the kill shot as well. And you know, that's all I really need to say. There's some nice changes there. You know, I'm really liking those changes, and I hope you do too. Again, I don't play Warrior massively, so maybe you want to tell me what you think of them, if I missed anything out here that's more obvious. But those are just more obvious changes really to the rifle. Of course, other little bits and pieces, of course, in the patch notes for other classes and whatnot as well, in more detail. But it's just really the main bulk of the changes for the rifle that I thought I would point out. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at JebDan, and I'll see you in the future. So, can you still play Engineer without Scrapper in Heart of Thorns, the expansion? People arguing about this at the moment, that you cannot play many builds without the elite specialization. So I'm trying to see whether or not that is the case, and if I get absolutely creamed. I played 1 or 2 games.